10 must-know ways to win unfairly in life by improving your critical thinking skills. Are you a winner? Why do some folks seem to win in life always and are better at everything they do? Does it seem unfair to you? I use the terms unfairly on purpose. These folks that win consistently have the tools and resources to win, hence my use of the term unfairly. Today we are going to discuss how we can improve our critical thinking capabilities. Before I begin, please note that there's another blog and video on strategic thinking. We need to know that critical thinking is different from strategic thinking. To know more about what strategic thinking is, you can go to my YouTube channel here. You can find many other collections of gems like this one to help you win unfairly in life by clicking on my website at johnlincoln.one or on my johnlincoln.one video channel. So first, what's the difference between critical thinking and strategic thinking? Critical thinking is the analysis and assessment of facts to make a decision or judgment. I would think of critical thinking as one of the tool sets required for strategic thinking. In strategic thinking, you combine critical thinking skills and connect the past, present, and future to predict the shape of the future for a superior outcome for yourself or your business. Many folks often confuse strategic and/or critical thinking with strategic planning. In strategic planning, the future is anticipated, specific, and predictable. In strategic thinking, only the shape of the future is predictable. I'm not going to dwell on strategic planning here. It could be a topic for another day. Whether you are an individual, a small business, or a large corporate employee, this short blog and video will guide you through and enable you to improve your critical thinking skills to win unfairly in life. By now you might be wondering who I am. First, a few words about myself. My name is John Lincoln, and I am the author of a book called Connect the Dots, a playbook to help you connect to your customers and profits. If you are interested, you can buy the book online at Amazon. Here's the link to buy my book, Connect the Dots. You can also find out more about me at my website, johnlincoln.one/about-me, or on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/John Lincoln. So we are back to the important topic of improving our critical thinking skills to win unfairly and succeed in life. Please remember that critical thinking skills are a must to make the correct decisions and have superb strategic thinking capabilities to win unfairly in life. So here we go. Here are the top 10 skills, behaviors, and tools to apply to improve our critical thinking skills to win unfairly in life. As I often say, these skills, behaviors, and tools can be applied in your personal, professional, and/or business situations. Some of these might seem too basic or obvious to you. Despite it being obvious, many folks ignore these simple skills, traits, and behaviors. Number 1. Listen actively. We should listen more than we speak. Most of us don't realize that listening is not the same as hearing. Listening gives us more information to assess and evaluate a situation better. Most of us don't listen and tend to think about what we are going to say next. Remember that we have 2 ears and a mouth. So let's focus on a simple rule of thumb to listen 2 times more than we speak. Number 2. Recognize that there is a problem. Most folks often don't recognize there is a problem or a set of problems. Some folks might not realize it until it's too late. Knowing and recognizing a problem might seem too basic for anyone to have. It's not that obvious when we consider that business leaders, politicians, and others on a high pedestal often don't recognize the problem until it's too late. Number 3. Know how to prioritize the problems. Most folks often try to solve all the problems together or don't realize which problems need to be addressed or solved immediately. When we solve a problem, it's important to know what the central issue is and to recognize the other significant factors that must be considered when solving a problem or a set of problems. Considering other significant factors is important, but we should not take our eyes off the central issue. Number 4. Ask basic and fundamental questions. We should not only listen, but also ask questions, that is, the right questions. Often folks forget what questions they need to ask and stray off onto stuff that is irrelevant or has no bearing on the original problem or the central issue that they are trying to solve. Asking basic questions helps us to root our thinking to solving a set of issues that are relevant and important. Number 5. Know your mental process. We humans tend to use heuristics or mental shortcuts to solve problems. Applying heuristics is only good up to a point. All of us have our own predispositions, biases, and prejudices, and therefore we should be keenly aware that we are innately biased. Our biases and prejudices often lead us to lose in a situation or to make bad or suboptimal decisions. Number 6. Think ahead. Have foresight. This literally means what it says. When we are forced to make a decision, we should proactively think ahead of the various scenarios, outcomes, and what our end state would or should be. Number 7. Think in reverse. Thinking in reverse is an important brainstorming tool to enhance our critical thinking capabilities. This essentially means to know our end state goal or objective and work backwards to reach to the problem. This is one way to recheck our assumptions and steps going forward based on a foresight view that we might have had. Number 8. Reevaluate basic assumptions. Normally, folks often assume that the basic assumptions are given. These basic assumptions are often biased or wishful thinking. Therefore, force reality and rethink unstated assumptions. Number 9. Learn to interpret data and information. More often than not, there is more data and information than that meets the eye. We need to slice and dice the data and information in different ways to mine insights. When mining insights, we need to recognize the logistical relationships and assumptions and learn to cognizantly ignore the illogical relationships. Number 10. Put to test our beliefs. Last but not least, we should always put to test our generalizations, conclusions, and/or beliefs. In other words, we should consciously not jump into conclusions. So there you have it. Now go out there and polish up your critical thinking skills and be a winner. As you can see from what you have seen and heard so far, there is more to coming up with a decision or judgment than just jumping to conclusions. If you want to succeed and win unfairly in life, we need to sharpen and hone our critical thinking skills. Don't take anything for granted and don't jump to conclusions. As Aristotle, the famous Greek philosopher, said, "It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it." Remember that the essence of our independent mind is not that we have to think, but how we think. This important skill enables us to navigate the mass of data and information available to make the right decisions and to win unfairly in life. Further, don't assume that everyone has critical thinking capabilities. It is a much rarer skill than you think it is. As Henry Ford famously said, "Thinking is the hardest work there is," which is probably the reason why so few engage in it. So don't be defeated. Be a winner always. Go out and confidently win in any situation in life. Knowing how to improve your critical thinking skills will certainly give you a head start and put you in an unfair advantage. If you like what you saw, or if you think your team, customers, employees, friends, family, or others can benefit from this, please forward this link. Hit like and subscribe below.